welcome to our podcast. We are from the stands, PNW. You're going to see that a lot everywhere. What does it mean? Well, it's from the stands, Pacific Northwest. We're focusing on dirt track racing here in the Pacific Northwest. It's funny. We come up with catchphrases and things you want to say and to be clever. And the one thing that really resonated with me was that every lap has a story, and every fan has a seat. And I think in the same respect, every fan has a perspective. So who are we? What are we doing? What is this about? I know we've been inundated, and I've been actually shocked, genuinely shocked at the response that we've had for the podcast starting. Stacy's been inundated with social media requests and all of those things. Good? All right. We're still ironing out some technical difficulties. You got to remember, this is pilot go time number 1. So if you don't know who I am, I'm Jimmy. I am the host of From the Stands PNW. I'm just going to call it From the Stands. PNW it kind of tells where we are and who we are, but From the Stands is the primary part of this. This is a podcast that talks about dirt track racing from purely a fan's perspective. I'm a fan. Never driven a car. I've not been a crew chief. Technically, I've been on a crew a time or two in the pits, but I've never turned a wrench. I've handed a helmet to a driver. I've been around some of the cars being worked on, but that's about as much as my technical prowess goes. But I can't put this on without others. Stacy is behind the camera. You want to say hi to the folks at home?
Hi.
Did you get it?
I think so.
It worked this time. Great. We've done this is take 3 or 4, I think. But you will see me. I will be the host. I will be in front of the camera doing a lot of it. I will be handling, half to 3/4 of the editing and everything that goes with the podcast. Stacy's going to handle our social media. So if you're responding to somebody from the stands on social media, most likely it is Stacy. Why are we doing it? Why should anybody listen to us? I think with next to the excitement that we've received for this podcast, I think that's the next question is why? Why should we listen to you? Do you think that's a fair?
What's a fair question?
Fair question. Why
what
should we listen?
What is this all about?
Podcasts are everywhere, right? I don't know about you, but I have to try to find podcasts that I can relate to, I can understand. A lot of podcasts that talk about racing. I'm a fan of NASCAR racing. I like to see NASCAR. Like F1 I'm a huge fan of F1. Of course, I have a podcast for dirt track racing. I'm an enormous fan of dirt track racing. I can't understand most of the podcasts because they're so technical. And I think a lot of fans, casual fans who want to be part of the group included with the fandom of dirt track racing get left behind because they don't have that technical knowledge. I was struck by that at Dirt Cup. If I can tell is it okay to tell a quick story?
Yeah.
At Dirt Cup, listening to the announcers, Caleb does a fantastic job at Skagit Speedway.
Wade was funny.
Wade was pretty good, yeah. That guy's got it. I mean, he doesn't need me to say this because, he's on his own track, but that guy's got a future in TV and radio, I'll tell you. But I couldn't understand half of what they would talk about when it came to a car because I don't have that knowledge. And you kind of feel behind because you're trying to understand, but you don't get it. I don't know. And I think there's a lot of fans out there that want to be fans but kind of feel alienated because they're not fans in the knowledge. They don't turn a wrench for a living. They haven't, been late nights in a garage putting a car together, but they still love racing. And I think it's important that we kind of reach out to them. We did some filming today at Skagit Speedway and at Deming Speedway. I'm shocked by, I think the thing that has surprised me the most, not only the
We just went in the dark.
Yeah, hold on one second. Oh, that was
It's like my old
was
classroom.
interesting.
If you sit too long, lights go out.
So you probably wonder, where are we? So we are in a space that we have to use to record. We want to try to be as professional of a podcast as we can, but we're not going to, we're not going to be a newscast studio, and we're not going to do that whole thing. So we are in a spot that most of the time that we will interview people from. Our goal with this, and if you're wondering, are you wondering what our goal is?
I'm definitely wondering. My goal and his goal might be different.
Well, I want to hear your goal. I don't think I've heard this yet, so go ahead with that.
My goal?
Yeah.
My goal would be big enough where we could get a sponsorship and an RV and hit the road all summer long. As a teacher, I have summers off.
Yeah.
That's my goal. Take the cats in the motorhome.
Yeah. My goals are a little bit different, much more scaled down goals. I want to see fans be excited when they're at the racetrack. I think fans are excited, but I want fans to know what it takes to put on a race. I want fans to know, what is the safety crews doing? What is it like to talk to the push truck guys, the front concession people, the merchandise people, the on track announcer, things like that. I can tell you, when I watch a race, and I'll use Dirt Cup because that was the latest race that we saw. I'm excited to talk to push truck drivers. I want to talk to, the kid that is in the work area and he's running from the car to the toolbox and back to the car. I want to talk to that guy. Safety crews. I mean, the safety crews do at Skagit especially do a fantastic job. But I'm going to tell you, the thing that shocked me the most, and I'm still rattled by it, to be honest with you, is the lack of effort for people to be talking and to get to know what happens at Deming Speedway. There is some fantastic people that put on the races at Deming Speedway. And if you haven't been, I encourage you to go. They race all summer as well. It's on Friday nights. Deming, Washington. Is Deming technically in Skagit or Whatcom County?
I want to say Whatcom.
It's about 15 miles east of Bellingham-ish.
Yeah, out Mount Baker Highway.
If you're familiar, Mount Baker Highway, right off the highway, actually. I was surprised how close it was to Bellingham, to be honest with you. But there's a tremendous amount of racing that goes on out there, and nobody seems to be covering it or want to talk to anybody that has to do with it, and I can't believe it. We were out there at Deming today in particular, and we talked to Paul at Deming. Super guy, got a lot of great things going on there. Clay Cup is coming up, July 16th, 17th, and 18th, I believe.
Yeah.
Excited to go. I've not done much at Deming. I know about Deming. Deming has a huge race culture in Bellingham and kind of the northern Whatcom County areas. But Fridays was always a struggle because, Stacy said she's a teacher. But when we talked with Paul, one of those fundraisers for teachers, right? Mm-hmm. Was it $500 for the classrooms?
Yeah, they do a teacher night. And I think I saw something on social media about their teacher night in May. I think they start the beginning of May. So it might have been the end of May, beginning of June before school got out. But they do a drawing for every teacher that shows up. Mm-hmm. It was like $500 for the classroom.
But Stacy's taught this will be her 20th year teaching. She never heard of it. Well, we got to change that. So it's kind of fired me up to kind of shine the light in areas that typically don't have the light shine when it comes to dirt track racing. And that's some of our mini sprint compadres there in Deming, Washington. Matter of fact, when we get done with this, we're going to talk about setting up a couple interviews with some of those mini sprint drivers. And if people don't understand, mini sprints are usually, they're the precursor to the larger sprint car drivers. A lot of the guys that race at Skagit and go on to the national tours started at Deming. Deming gets left behind, but we're gonna get after it.
It's like the minor leagues.
It is.
It's
it
like
is
low A baseball.
I would say high A.
High A baseball?
I would say Deming is high A, maybe even double A. Because there's a particular young man that's getting his Skagit Speedway debut this weekend, I believe, right? Kind of that's that double A getting called up to the majors kind of thing.
Yep.
Do you know enough to talk about it, or are we going to wait for that for another episode?
I think we need to wait.
Okay, we're going to wait for another episode.
I don't have all the details.
Yeah, we will get that squared away. So what is our end goal? Well, you watch podcasts, usually it's top drivers people try to get, top crew chiefs, top car owners. Are we going to talk to drivers? Absolutely. Drivers are a cornerstone to dirt track racing, no doubt about it. But we're going to talk to the others that are behind the scenes that are putting the show on, and I think that's important, and I think that's what gets forgotten about. So that is our goal. We have lots of irons in the fire right now. We have a small window to get everything situated because it is summertime. I have the extra help to get this off the ground and running, but you know, it's not going to take much, I think, to get us kind of down the line. But we're going to be filming in all kinds of locations. Will we be here? Yes. Will we be doing remotes at the tracks? Absolutely, especially at Deming, and we're going to release a schedule coming up for that, I think.
He even offered to hang a banner and put you at the front gate.
Yeah, and talk to the fans as they come in, which is, I think, is something we're gonna seriously figure out what we're gonna do with that, because I think that kind of perspective we need to know. You know, everybody's at Skagit, everybody's doing that thing. Skagit's just fine; they don't need the extra. And I don't even think Deming needs the extra help. Deming's been
It's a sleeper.
It is a sleeper pick, but it's a great pick to do, and I'm excited to explore some of that. But I like just stories. I like to learn more. I want to become a better fan. And how do I do that? I want to understand some of the stuff that happens at the track. I think that's our goal. So we are here. We're going to look to drop probably 2 episodes a month. It's kind of the schedule we're looking at. That is my hope. Our next episode is a little complicated we don't say the R word. I'm a fan enough to understand that we don't say the R word because it's superstitious.
We are in Washington.
But the R word is rearing its ugly head right now, rearing its ugly head right now. We were going to do a remote from Deming this week. Probably aren't going to be doing that. So we are looking to set up a couple interviews, and we kind of have some things in the works. So you're going to want to stay tuned to our social medias. Excuse me. You can watch our full episodes on YouTube and Spotify. And then other information you can gather from us from Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Anything else to add before we?
It is From the Stands, PNW.
That is us. That is with all of our social medias and Spotify. Very easy. You just have to type in From the Stands, PNW. I even got our name wrong there. From the Stands, PNW. Now, here's the thing, too, is we have some experience in the podcast space. So we're not just throwing a dart at the dartboard and hoping something sticks. We kind of have the idea of formats and editing and stuff like this. So I'm more excited that we're going to kind of dust off the rust, clean off the rust a little bit, and get right into the nuts and bolts of what we're doing. So I think that is it for us. That is basically who we are and what we're about and what we got going on. But I want to thank everybody for watching. I really hope everybody tunes into our next episode. Like I said, we're looking to drop an episode every 2 weeks or so. And this podcast, when you think of From the Stands, PNW, a good way to look at it is, and I think I said it in the beginning, but I'll say it again, every lap's got a story. But every fan also has a seat, and every fan has a seat here. From the Stands, PNW. Thanks for watching, guys.
This podcast is created by Jimmy and Stacy, hosted by Jimmy, and produced by Stacy and Nick. Like, subscribe, and share this video and the podcast.